At last we're finally done with this build. Well, at least carving it out, because that took, as you've just seen from the transition, a day. It took me basically a day to get this right. This was not a water pond that I thought it was. This right here is the shrine upstairs, and I did not realise this at all. Unfortunately, that means that I had to lower the ceiling, which I've not entirely finished yet, because I want to decorate the ceiling, by 2 blocks. I've had to lower it. And the problem I was finding is, obviously, then there's not going to be enough height for the trees to grow in. So I've had to lower the floor 2 blocks as well. So as you can see from back here, this has become quite a big problem. And it took a lot longer than I expected, a real lot longer. My worker pick is basically depleted. I'm going to need to repair that eventually. I did find another chest as I was cleaning the mine shaft out underneath here. Did have 2 diamonds in it, so I'm pretty pleased with that. And there was a couple of other things. I've still got the bread on me and stuff like that. But that is what I was doing, which is why it took a lot longer than I expected. So now for the decoration of this room. I want to use these wooden slabs because the problem I have in here is slimes spawn. And that's going to mess around with my farm and do a couple of other things that I don't want. So I want to use these. So I want to kind of wrap these around as best I can. And I do have a ton of wood, and I want to put these logs in the corners. So like this. Oops. Like that. That's kind of the look I want to go for. I've not made my mind up yet exactly what I'm going to do with the walls and stuff like that. But this is what I do know I want to do with the side. So I'm just going to convert a whole ton of these. This will do the job nicely. And the handy thing is with slabs is monsters won't spawn on them. It does give me that little bit more elevation. Oops. That could be a problem. It does give me the problem though that I won't be able to actually light things up as well in here, but I'm thinking of using glowstone or pumpkins or something along those lines, either with the piston trick or whatever. I might do that. So I'm going to pull these out. Not sure just exactly how many I'm going to need. And I'm going to leave that corner blank for the time being. I want to make it 2 wide, get a nice 2 wide walkway. Fill that in. And then we need to start making the rows of trees. So I'm thinking the first tree is going to go here. It's going to kind of sink into the block a little bit. And I've seen from the oak tree farming that you can really pack these guys in. So I'm kind of going for this if I can. I do have a bunch more. And I'm going to put dirt in these slots. And then I'm going to put a walkway down here of 2 blocks. And then here is where I'm thinking of putting a gap again. Like this. And doing this, I think this would be the best that I can do really. In terms of space and other things, this is going to be the best that I can get away with. So I think that's the design I really want to do. And then again here we would leave 2 like this. Then you would leave a gap. And you would do this. So it's kind of like a nice little pattern, I guess you could say, to it. That's where the log is going to go, isn't it? So we're going to leave that there for the time being. And I guess it's just kind of going to be a case of building the pattern up. Then we're going to have to think about lighting. Obviously we want it to be, at least to a degree, quite bright in here, so that the trees will obviously grow. We don't want it to be dark. So I'm going to have to think about how I want to kind of incorporate the lighting into this. I could put pumpkin light in here, and that may do the trick. And I think that's kind of one of the few options I have. Now what I want to know is, are slabs transparent? And do I have any pumpkins around actually? I might have some upstairs. I want to know if slabs are transparent or not. I think they are, but I would have to double check on that as to whether they will actually let light through. Let me see. Anything in there? No, there's nothing in there. Alright, no there isn't, but I can go and get one from the farm. It is night time, so let's just jump into bed quickly. This actually gives me a chance while I'm up here to show you what enchanting I did off camera. I did build up some pretty good gear. Where is it now? Not here. I thought it was. It must be in a chest somewhere else. Because I did do some pretty nice gear. I got a good bow going and a good sword as well, but I'm not sure where I've placed that now. Have I just completely missed it? No, it doesn't appear so. Maybe I dropped it off in a chest somewhere else. I think it might be downstairs in the furnace room. I'll have to double check. Let me just grab this pumpkin. I'm going to move away from that creeper. I don't want him just walking over and then locking on. So we want a torch and pumpkin. That gives me a jack-o'-lantern. And I want to know if they will detect light through slabs. So I'm going to head over back into the tree farm. This will be a good place to test it. Nice big open room. So if I was to place some dirt like this is just going to be, say, the floor here, and then a pumpkin in the middle. Yes, that blocks light off, I can see that. If I take these 4 torches down, I should be able to see it more clearly. Yeah, look at that. That's not good at all. So we can't hide light in that way. That's not possible. I can't hide them here because I need dirt to plant these saplings on. So what does that leave me with, really? So I don't want to use torches necessarily. Oh wow, it's really dark here now. I'll get my torches back out and just put these back. What else could I do? I could put fences down, but that would kind of look a bit out of place. As I say, I could do something with these right here and put pumpkins in these and then cover them up with pistons, but it would mean that I would have to do that, and that is not really what I want to do. Think. This is tough, thinking about where you want the lighting to go. Because even if I put lighting, and that zombie's kind of... I'm just going to do that. Even if the lighting's in the wall, it's not going to reach the ones in the centre, so I kind of need to think up something that's going to really help me. I could put the pumpkin in there and then make it that I just basically harvest from the pathway. Then I could put well no, I mean that looks kind of fine on its own. If I put dirt either side, got some dirt on my hotbar, that doesn't look bad. I mean, I think it would look better if I put maybe lamps in, but the pumpkins will do for now. We need to get a hold of some redstone lamps, really, and I don't have access to glowstone yet, and I don't think I would have enough redstone to do this. So the pumpkins will do for now, and then I can just kind of recycle the pumpkins as and when it's deemed necessary, I guess. And we could use them for something else, I suppose. So I'm going to need a large demand for pumpkins, and I don't have... Oh, I did have some in here. I don't have tons of them, but I do have a fair amount of them. So I can... Ah, that could be a problem. You can't place them on anything without a floor. So I'm going to have to do this. So while it's not the prettiest, it will do the job, which is kind of what I was looking for. I could also, this is a possibility, if it was really getting to me. Well, no, that wouldn't work, would it? I was thinking that I could try and... I would do something a little like that. break this and put that there. I think that lowers the light level a little bit, but I think, yeah, it's still high enough. So if it was really annoying, I could do that, or just even put stairs, maybe there or something along those lines. I could always do that. So I think that's what we're going to go for. Honestly, that seems to be the ideal solution at this moment in time. I mean, I could eventually play around with it some more and put lamps in, and I think it would look really nice then, and put lamps in the ceiling. That's going to be the way to go. But for right now, that seems to have solved the initial lighting problems. So what I really need to do now is I need to sit down and spend some time doing all of this, and that's probably going to get quite tedious. So I think we will be better off to cut the camera now. I'm going to do all of this, and then we are at that point going to look at planting the saplings. And I've got a ton of them here. So I think the wood yield out of this farm is going to be pretty big. Well, I'm hoping so anyway. That's the aim. We still have to think about what I want to do for the walls and the ceiling. My idea is that I want to implement like a checkerboard pattern into the walls and ceiling if I can. I do have access to those blocks there, but I don't want this dripping if I can help it. So this layer here is kind of the last layer that I can work with. I could put the beams along that layer, and it's not going to interfere with tree growth. And then I would probably fiddle around with some more lighting. I may put piston lighting in the ceiling with the jack-o'-lanterns as well. We're going to have a huge surge in demand of pumpkins, but we should be fine. They grow pretty fast. So I think that's what we're going to need to do. So I'm going to play around with this a little bit more off camera, and I'll bring you back when I've done some more. So I'll be right back, guys. Okay guys, so I've been working on this for a good while now, and I've done the majority of it. There's still a couple of bits to do, but this is the end result of one planting session. Now, as I say, I haven't totally finished it. As you can see, I still have this last row to do. This right here is going to be where I put my crafting stuff, my chests in here. And I'm going to build a few machines in here. I want a charcoal maker, and those kind of things are all going to go on this wall. So I've got a bit more room here than I would have had should I keep extending the tree rows. So as you can see, it's very, very good. I'm getting a lot of wood out of this now. One of the things that I still need to take care of is the beams. I've not dealt with those completely yet. It's half finished. And also I need to add in the cross beams and stuff like that, and just clean the ceiling up generally. Besides that, it's just a case of harvesting it. I put these fences here to kind of make the trees grow upwards so that I don't end up with leaves all over the paths, which is doing its job. You only have to cut a couple out, whereas normally you would have to cut a lot out, so that just saves a little bit of time there. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with the end result. It's going to give me a lot of wood and a good way to farm saplings and apples as well. And I want to probably take a break from this now and call it the end of the episode. I'm going to work on it a bit more off camera, no doubt, probably cleaning things up a little bit, harvesting the wood obviously. And then next episode I have plans to do a bit of cleanup in here and try and just tidy things up a bit, the roof and stuff. And also add the machines in here and tidy out there a bit as well. So I think that's going to be the plan. But this is how far I've got now. We've got incredibly far. It's took a long time to get to this point. So I'm really happy with it. And I'm hoping that now we can kind of kick on from here. And we're going to have that infinite wood supply that I'm looking for. Next thing to secure will be a better source of food without having to go to the surface for that either. And I have some plans as to how to cater for that. So that's going to be just about it for today, guys. I hope you've enjoyed this episode, and I hope to see you next time. So until then, guys, see you later, and have a good day.